Okay friends, to get started, we're gonna come right over to our wiper arm. One of the first things we need to do is pop this plastic cover off of here. I'm gonna use a 90-degree pick. I'm gonna come right underneath this edge, right along here, and then pull away and up. Do that down along the bottom side as well. There we are. Let's go ahead and remove this, set it aside. Now the next thing we need to do is go ahead and remove this mounting nut right here. Now the next thing we want to do is pay attention to exactly where our wiper blades are at, because what we're going to do is take off this wiper arm. Once we go ahead and put it back on, at the end, we want to make sure it's in approximately the same area. Once you've taken note, go ahead and grab onto the wiper arm like this, and we're going to carefully just wiggle it around. What we want to do is break it free right in this area. If you want to use some penetrant, go ahead and try that. There's one. Now let's do the same to the passenger side. Now up along the top area here, we also want to pay attention to two areas. There's going to be one right here, there should be a screw, and then over right here, there should be a second screw. Ours is missing both, so go ahead and remove yours. Now let's get underneath the hood. We're going to remove all the mounting screws that we can see at this point. You're going to have one here, here, there, and then the same on the other side. Now that we have the screws out of there, let's go ahead and grab onto this edge piece here. Just kind of wiggle it free so we can grab onto the center area. We're going to grab onto this now, wiggle this around as well, and break it free from the car itself. Okay, so now that we have this broken free, we're going to come right into this area here. You can see where the motor is, and if you go on the inside, you're going to see that you have the arm that comes off of the motor and it leads to the regulator. We need to separate the motor from the regulator. I'm just going to use a nice long pry bar, get in between the two, and then separate them. There we go. All right, so now we're cruising. Let's go ahead and move ahead to the actual motor itself now. One of the first things I like to do is remove the wiring from it. There's a little tab here. Go ahead and pull on that and then separate it. Inspect your wiring. Make sure it's still in good condition. If you see any funny colors, it's corrosion and it needs to be dealt with. This looks great. Set it aside. So now the next thing we want to do is start removing our mounting bolts. You're going to have 3 of them. One here, one there, and then if you look in my mirror, you can see one down along the bottom side there. Remove all 3. There it is, friends. Now the next thing we're going to do is just clean off this general area where the seal is going to be. Try to get off any other debris that's in that area. Okay, friends, now it's time to get our new wiper motor installed. Obviously, we're going to need to get this arm through the body of the truck. So we're going to come in, come at an angle, and then just kind of bring this in and through. Okay, you can see my arm. It's making its way through. There we are. Now let's just go ahead and start in all 3 of our bolts and then we'll snug them up. Now that those are all tight, let's reconnect in our electrical connector. Listen for a click, give it a nice tug to make sure it's secured. Now we're going to carefully reach up inside the cowl area here. Go ahead and grab onto that arm and we're going to put it onto our wiper motor. There we are. Go ahead and squeeze it and lock it in. Make sure it's 100% secure. You definitely don't want that popping off while you're driving in the rain. Now let's go ahead and put on our wiper cowl. Now let's go ahead and put in all of our mounting screws. Okay friends, now it's going to be time to go ahead and put our wiper arms back on here. As we put them down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully just bring this down into the windshield to the area that it originally was. As you can tell, our windshield was marked, so we'll just go with that. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put in this nut. We'll snug it up. Make sure that's nice and snug. Do the same to the passenger side. All right, now let's go ahead and put on these covers. We're going to start with the little hooky-doo areas here, slide them right over their corresponding area, and then slide it right down and on. Okay friends, now all you got to do is hop in the truck, go ahead and put the key in the on position and test your wiper arms.